Hello everyone, good morning. So let's talk about food. How do you eat and why do you eat what you eat and why do you think what you eat is correct? And who told you that that's what to eat and who told you eating often as you eat is right and who told you you should not actually be fasting and who told you you shouldn't be fasting in the first place? Have you questioned all these things? Have you? A lot of lies are being told or have been told. And these lies have lasted longer than they should have, to be honest. And it is time for all these lies to go. They are no longer welcome. It's time for them to go. And whether institutions like it or not, it's going to break all of them down and it's going to dissolve them like acid. So that's just it. Nobody can escape all this. Nobody can lie forever. The truth always floats to the top. You can't drown the truth. That's the honest thing about it. You can never drown the truth. So just get used to always speaking the truth because the truth lives forever. You can always see the truth in everything. Alright, so a lot of people are eating junks and they're not eating junks because they don't like themselves. They're eating junks because of marketing. Marketing. Don't worry, I'll do another video on marketing. In fact, I thought I've done videos on marketing. I talk about marketing a lot, but let's just talk about food. Food is really important. Food is what makes you healthy. Food is what makes your mental health well. Food is what makes you feel alive, gives you energy, makes you sleep well, it makes you think well, it makes you create beautiful things. So food is really, really important. And sadly, people are just eating junks. And it's actually affecting them, but they just don't know because of how subtle it is. And because none of us, people don't remember if they've lived before and the adverse effects of how the compounding interest effect of it, of when they get older, what's going to happen with all the things that they did. People don't really know. So I really think that people need to realize that living things must eat mostly living things because that law is actually living things must eat only living things, but I don't know, let's just put it as mostly. So think about it. Plants are alive. In the right condition, any plant will grow. And if you take a plant from anywhere and put it in another environment, give it the right condition, it will grow. In the sense that plants are always alive, in the most sense of it. Unlike dead things, like if you take a cow and you cut off the neck and you go and put it on top of another cow, that doesn't mean it's going to grow. You take the cow, put it on the ground, cow is not going to grow. Cow is not going to grow. So when it comes to plant, I strongly believe our body, I read, because in the Bible it's written that our body is made from the ground. And there can be truths in that, to be honest. If you try and think about it, when people die, you see the way their body turns to the ground, like literally their body turns to dust when people die. So maybe truly our body is the ground. And what is the most important thing to ground? And what is something that thrives on the ground? It's plants. Plants thrive on the ground. So what if we are actually meant to just be eating plants? And plants are alive and we are living things. Just meant to eat more plants. That's just the truth. Eat more plants, eat more fruits, eat more vegetables. Um, when you eat those type of diet, you don't need to say motivation, hard work, let me go and do exercise. You don't need any of that. By the time you eat those things will become like excitement. It's like when you were a child. Did you need motivation to go and play downstairs? Did you need determination? There are a lot of things that adults are just giving titles to that when you were a child, you did not know these things. And yet you were living a beautiful life, a productive life, and all what you were doing was filled with nutrition and you were happy. And you did not need determination, consistent maybe you needed consistency. But you don't need all this big hard word, like hard work, determination, all that thing. Because whatever you wanted to do, you did it because you loved it. So I feel like food affects the way we think. And we must be careful with the way we eat, what we eat. A lot of things that they offer today as food is not really, really food. It's not really food. So anything that is like coffee, processed, um, anything that has preservatives in it, I don't think it's the best for you. So I have three rules three laws of consumption. The first one is um, the rate of decomposition. You get so the rate of decomposition of any food in room temperature determines how healthy it is. So, if a food decomposes very quickly at room temperature, that food is very healthy. Okay. However, if a food remains the same at room temperature for a longer period of time, that food is not very healthy. That's the first law. So you can think about any types of fruit that you can apply that thing to. Do you get? Just think about any fruits. Watermelons, for instance, pineapples. You can't keep those things in room temperature for a very long time. They'll start to decompose, and you will notice that once you open it and expose it to the environment, it will start to decompose. Now, if you take a cow and you open the cow to the environment, you can still put it outside, I think, and maybe it will last for some few days. But if it's any of these other plants, watermelon especially, you see how by a few hours the smell of the watermelon is already changing. You get? Because you can't market to microorganisms. People eat a lot of the way they eat is because of they've been marketed to. But microorganisms still know what is the best food to eat. Microorganisms still have choice. They will still choose their real food over your junk food. So if you put a plate of junk food near them and put a plate of real food near them, they will take real organic food. You get? So I'm not saying that processed food is bad or is something, but I think processed food is kind of poisonous to our body because we did not evolve with it. You get? So your ancestors were not eating all these things. Your intestine is not fully designed to be taking all these things. But if your grandfather from like 200 years came and gave him Sprite, you think you've given him poison. You get? He will be like, what is this? You want to poison me? And who knows, it might even make him sick and poisoned already because the sugar levels, everything, his system will be going haywire. So a lot of the way we eat, we have not evolved in that way at all. And I think that's one of the leading causes for rapid aging that many people are experiencing. So your diet affects how you age, and also it affects your energy. It affects a lot of things. So you just have to be careful with what you eat. The second law of consumption that I created is you can only eat living things. You should mostly eat living things. There's one habit in Africa, or in this my part, in this Nigeria, where if they serve you food, in this western Nigeria, the west part of Nigeria, if they serve you food, or should I say the south part, the Yoruba side, if they serve you food, they'll tell you eat the meat last. That's one. Two, if they serve you food and there's no meat there, you cannot eat that food. I know many people like that. They'll be like, oh, where is the Kosero? Which is interpreted as there's no meat? No, we can't eat it. Why can't you say the same thing about fruits? Why can't you say the same thing about fruits? Why can't you say, wow, there's no orange? I can't eat it. I can't eat it, no orange. So, people should say that thing. Like, you should ensure that there's orange, there's apples, there's pineapples, there's coconut. Guess foodstuffs that decompose very fast should always be eaten together, and you'll be fine. You'll be totally fine. So that's just the law that I feel like more people should embrace. The faster it decomposes, the better. And whenever you want to eat, make sure you have eaten fruits. Don't eat it last. Don't eat it last. That's nothing. So in the sake of the meat, they will say, "Oh, eat your meat last." No, if you're going to be including fruit stuff in your food, eat it first. So eat it first and let it decompose. Not decompose, let it digest. So once it digests, you cannot eat your major meal. And don't worry, it won't take long to digest. Fruits don't take long to digest. So you get. So that's just it. So people should remember how to eat. Stop believing what they say. Stop believing all the marketing. This coffee that many people are drinking, all these coffees, you'll be surprised that this is number one cause of anxiety. And if you do any research, I can tell you that what I just said is facts. But again, you can't also believe the internet so much. But again, this is it right here. avoid it. Avoid coffee, avoid anything processed. Avoid avoid anything processed, to be honest. Just be careful. Just be careful. That's about it, guys. So thank you. Don't forget those 2 laws I gave you. Don't worry, I'll tell you the third one once it's ready. The first law, the higher the rate of consumption, the higher the rate of decomposition at room temperature, the better it is for your body. You get. Second law, living things must mostly eat living things. And no, don't go and eat a living dog or a living cow. You're not a zombie. So you have to eat only things you know will make sense to you. Alright guys, take care. And don't forget, living things must eat living things. And don't fall for these marketers. A lot of these marketers are liars. Liars, liars, liars. They are lying to you. They are lying to themselves. They're lying to their family members. They're lying to everybody. So be careful of marketers, okay? Do what is right for you. Bye bye guys.